Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Serrated Cucumber and today I'm here to ask the same questions that every person on the Instagram comments of everything the Life is Strange account has posted is asking. Where the hell is episode 2? Why is it taking so long? Well, while I don't have a definitive answer to either of those questions, we can, as always, speculate and talk about the impact that these 4-month wait times are having on the game and why it might actually be time for Don't Nod Entertainment to alter the episodic format. A quick disclaimer that this video will have hella spoilers for Life is Strange 2 and Captain Spirit, as well as some potential reference to Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. You have been warned. So, we start with the question, where is episode 2? Well, episode 2, as we now know, is on the way. It's set for a January 24th release date, and I don't think there's too much to worry about in terms of Don't Nod pulling a Walking Dead here, as some may have speculated in the past. The future of Life is Strange 2, as far as I can see, is secured by a fanbase that appreciates the game. However, we can't help but wonder where the first episode actually is and why it's taken so long between the first and the second. If you're unfamiliar with the Life is Strange episodic format, I'll give you a brief rundown. Episodes for Life is Strange, and then in turn Life is Strange Before the Storm, typically had release windows that averaged just over 2 months per episode, meaning all 5 episodes of Life is Strange were finished in 10 months between January 30th and October 20th of 2015, while the entire development for the complete season of its prequel Before the Storm took 4 months, with episode 1 releasing on the 31st of August of 2017, and episode 3 releasing on December 20th the same year. If we compare this to Life is Strange 2, the first episode was released on September 26th of 2018, meaning that its January 24th scheduled release for episode 2 is 4 months apart from this. This is worrying, to say the least, as if we can expect this 4-month window per episode, that would mean that we will get episode 5 at the very beginning of 2020, roughly 16 months after episode 1's release. I don't know about you, but that seems like too long for this type of game where your attachment to the plot and the characters is a quintessential part of the game and its appeal. People grow attached to these games and the adventure that it reveals, and here's why the lengthy episodic format is kind of an issue for this attachment factor. It all comes down to choices. In a game about choices, they are pretty fucking important. Did you choose to knock out Hank Stamper and steal his camping supplies? Did you call Lila back? Did you confront Brett? Did you steal the Choco Crisp of Daniel? Did Daniel have enough to eat? Did Doris become suspicious of you? Did you smoke with Lila? Did Daniel have the bubbles in his bath? Did you give him towels? Did Sean get kicked in the face by Hank? Here's the thing about the long wait. I know for a fact that I can't answer all of these questions with confidence on what I chose, and part of that is due to the fact that some of these are quite minor. However, in 4 months, are we really expected to remember every minute detail of the previous episode? Hell, I don't know if Daniel had enough to eat in my playthrough, and it's little details like this that will skew the enjoyment of episode 2 a little. Since I, for one, will feel a little bit detached from the story, as I don't remember all of it. Oh, but Serrated Cucumber, I hear you say, I remember what choices I made, and to that I say, awesome, fair enough to you, you will probably enjoy the episode. However, you come to me when casual YouTubers and streamers and players in general are all commenting, did I do that? I can't remember, in their playthroughs. I'll happily wait, honestly. The thing is, you're here, watching a Life is Strange video. Chances are you're a little bit more invested in this game than regular fans are, and you're more inclined to care and remember these choices or even do a replay of the game, but for more casual players it will strip for their enjoyment a little bit. Another problem is, it kind of just kills hype for the game, even among dedicated fans. The Life is Strange subreddit now, for example, is just full of Amber Pricefield art. Nobody's talking about Season 2 or the hardships that Daniel and Sean will face in the next episode, which I talked about in a 2-part series I made, which you should totally go and watch after this video. It is linked in the description below. But this detachment factor is killing the game. The only hype for the episodes is when they're actually close to release or when they have just been released. After that, it's just another mindless void of a waiting game. There's only so many times that I can talk about my theory that Karen is Mantroid, or about how Daniel will get sick. the implications this will have, or how Chris will treat his newfound powers before it gets old and boring in 3 months. Going back to the subreddit, a place where dedicated fans will frequent, if you looked at it just about a year ago, you'd have seen plenty of discussion about Before the Storm, talking about the 3rd episode or something. Now, there's nothing of Life is Strange 2, and while fans of the first game aren't all fans of the second, I can't help but think that the long wait between episodes has extinguished the intense theorizing and discussion that would spark between episodes previously. How are we expected to come up with new and exciting theories when we're given so little to go off and so long to think? Which brings me to the next issue that the game is facing: the marketing. So far for episode 2, we've had 4 seconds of new gameplay pasted in front of the Captain Spirit trailer and that have been pegged as promotional. We've also had a handful of screenshots which tell us absolutely nothing apart from the fact that I cannot see Mushroom in those screenshots, and it is not okay. Don't nod, I warned you last time, let's not make this an ongoing issue. You heard that, dog? You know exactly what will happen. Anyway, this lack of promotional material kills the game even more, and while I recognise the need to balance between keeping hype and not revealing too much of the story, these screenshots over 4 months were just not enough. At all. We can expect a real trailer this week coming, I hope, but a live action trailer that retells the events of the end of episode 1 and a few seconds of gameplay just haven't stimulated the community and their interests enough. Sorry, Don't Nod, you kind of fucked up on your marketing a little bit. So, how can they fix this? Truth be told, from the moment I saw the developer diaries, which honestly told us nothing, I kind of knew that they were trying to do damage control and that episode 2 might take a while. Obviously, this was unprecedented and I didn't know how long it would actually take, but I had an idea. In late November, when we got the 24th of January release date, the spirits of the fandom were crushed. They haven't done a good job so far, and while it cannot be fixed, there are some different marketing strategies that could do to keep the community excited about the game. Maybe some interviews of the voice actors, mocap artists, a small spoiler-free section of gameplay wouldn't go amiss, perhaps some development insight into how episode 1 took place, some choices that were scrapped, just give us a little more insight into the world. They could have taken the route of asking some concept artists to sketch up some scenes from the Diaz's past, maybe Sean at Lila's birthday party, a sketch of Lila on the phone to Sean. These things wouldn't spoil the plot, but they'd enhance and build the world, maintain hype through to episode 2, and be nice to see on our social media feeds. Something beyond, ooh, whose house are they gonna stay at, when all of us know it's fucking Mrs. Reynolds. It's their grandmother. However, if Don't Nod had the ability to rewind time, perhaps the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit would have been better off scrapped, or at the very least the scope of it decreased. Captain Spirit took 6 months to develop, whereas these resources could have been focused on Life is Strange 2, meaning that we might actually be on the road to episode 3 by now. Going by that logic, Captain Spirit should definitely be a significant piece to the plot, otherwise I will definitely find myself a little bit annoyed at the focus, given these longer release windows. Alternatively, perhaps the game should have been kept in development for longer so that they could ensure that by the time one episode was released, they'd already have a strong basis on building the next, as even a month after episode 1, they were still in the pre-alpha phase of episode 2. As for actual reasons it's taken so long, I think it's a mix between the complicated AI of Daniel and Mushroom, the vastly increased detail within the game, and the plethora of new choices and routes we have to go down, the time taken to craft Sean's sketchbook and balance in the monetary system within the game, which is new. The items in Sean's backpack are also much more complex than anything we've ever seen in a Life is Strange game before, and I genuinely don't believe that the episodes are taken long because of issues within the Don't Nod development team. I think that it's just down to the fact that the episodes are longer and better than Season 1 and Before the Storm have been in the past. Honestly though, Don't Nod, you done fucking goofed a bit, I'll be honest. I think this was your worst choice with Life is Strange 2 so far, and I'm sure that Max would be hanging her head in shame and wishing she could fix your mistakes. But anyway guys, let me know what you think about the wait between Life is Strange 2 episodes, along with any discussion that you want to have take place in the comments. And if you'd like a little community where lots of Life is Strange 2 discussion will take place, you can check out the Life is Strange leak server, of which there is a link to in the description. All of the people there are really nice, and while we don't discuss leaks, so to speak, because there are none, a lot of theorization and speculation takes place along with discussion about the episodes. I'm quite active there myself, so if you're into that kind of thing, check out the link in the description. Tell them Sorry to Cucumber sent you. With that said, it looks like it's my time to sign off more or less. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more content just like this. As always, remember to keep your cucumbers rated, and have a nice day. Bye guys!